When my name was called, the auditorium shook with applause. Cameras flashed. My hands trembled as I accepted the award I had clawed my way toward for years. But the seats I'd saved in the front row, 5 of them marked with their names, remained empty. My family wasn't there. As I left the stage, the medal cold against my palm, someone brushed past me, a stranger, a whisper in my ear, "Welcome home." And when I looked down, there was a key in my hand. My phone buzzed, 66 missed calls, all from my family. I didn't answer. Growing up, I was always the background child. My sister was the beauty, my brother the golden boy. I was the afterthought. I worked, studied, sacrificed. Every milestone I reached, they met with silence. When my research got published, they shrugged. When I was promoted, they barely looked up from their wine glasses. But when it was their victories, my sister's engagement, my brother's new car, they threw parties, toasts, vacations. That night should have been different. My award wasn't just a plaque, it was proof, recognition from the world that I was worth something. But they'd chosen a trip, sun, cocktails, laughter, without me. The betrayal wasn't new, but it was final. The pattern was always there. They celebrated together, excluding me. Group chats that I wasn't added to. Photos of dinners I was never invited to. But when I saw the vacation pictures, my siblings clinking glasses, my parents in the background, all smiling on the same night I stood alone under stage lights, something in me shifted. It wasn't neglect, it was deliberate. I was never one of them, and they thought I'd keep begging for scraps. The shift. I didn't cry. Not that night. Not anymore. Instead, I stared at the key. The stranger's words echoed, "Welcome home." It took me a moment to realize. It wasn't random. The key was to my aunt's house, the one she'd promised me years ago in whispers my parents dismissed as fantasy. She'd said, "One day they'll see you don't need them. One day this will be yours." That day had come. The house wasn't just a home, it was wealth. In her will, everything had been left to me, quietly, legally, unbreakably. The papers were finalized months earlier. My parents thought they were executors. They weren't. And the key wasn't just symbolic, it was real power. The next morning, while my family was still away, I moved in. My aunt's lawyer met me there, documents in hand. I signed everything. Bank accounts, properties, assets, all mine. By the time they landed from their trip, their cards were frozen, their access revoked. That explained the 66 missed calls. They thought I was still the forgotten child. They hadn't realized I was already the heir. The confrontation came 2 days later. They stormed up the driveway, sunburnt, angry, dragging their luggage behind them. My mother's voice was shrill. "What is going on? Why can't we access the accounts? Why is the lawyer saying you're in charge?" I opened the front door slowly. Calm, controlled. Because I am. My father's face went pale. My sister scoffed. My brother laughed like it was a joke. I handed them copies of the will, black and white, my aunt's signature, the court seal. Their laughter died. "You manipulated her," my father spat. "No," I said evenly. "She saw me. Something you never did." My sister's voice cracked. "This isn't fair." I almost smiled. Neither was missing my award night. But here we are. The unraveling was immediate. Without access to the accounts, their vacation debts hit hard. Creditors called. Their lifestyle, trips, restaurants, designer clothes, crumbled in weeks. They begged me for help, left voicemails filled with apologies that sounded more like demands. But I never raised my voice, never cursed. My revenge was silence, paperwork, locked gates. I gave them nothing. Now I sit in the library of the house they once dismissed as an old woman's burden. My medal rests on the mantel, gleaming in the sunlight. My phone still buzzes sometimes with their numbers. I let it ring. Because here's the truth. They taught me I was invisible. I believed them. Until the night I stood on that stage, key in hand, 66 calls lighting up my screen, and I realized I never needed their applause. I only needed their absence. That was my award. That was my homecoming.